Hello again. This is Dawn with the Soulful Voices Circle um, daily oracle card reading. I welcome anybody who is new and welcome back to those who have been following me. Um, I hope everybody is having a good day. I wanted to talk today about energy, and as we do these oracle card readings, that word is going to come up over and over and over again. And that is because we are energy and we interconnect with all the energy around us, the energy of other people, the energy of society, what's going on, anything in this world that affects us, we connect with through our energy. So, with that in mind, um, last night I was in bed trying to go to sleep and I just felt this very what I would for some reason the words that keep coming to me is I felt this very wonky energy. Everything felt off and I'm like, what is this? What is going on? I said, no, you just need to go to sleep and go to sleep and you wake up, you'll feel differently in the morning. Well, hello. No, I don't. I still feel this very, very wonky kind of energy around me. And I've been out of the house, I've been in the house today. So it's like following me somehow, which makes me think that it's not just me. It's not just me having, what one would call a bad day or just feeling off. For some reason, it's not just feeling off. There's definitely something looming around in our communities. So I thought today, we can't always identify precisely what it is that might be bothering us, what might be coming in our direction, and partially because it's a collective energy that's coming our way. So there could be all different feelings and emotions um, that those of us who are sensitive to are experiencing on a collective level. And so we're getting that energy from the collective, is what I mean to say. So I thought that today we could do another energy pull um, to ask the universe, the angels, the divine light to guide us in how do we navigate our energy? What do I need to know about navigating my energy when I can't identify where that's coming from? Um, that when I feel very strongly that what's impacting me is not something I'm carrying alone, but that is coming from the collective energy. And so that's what I'd like you to meditate on for a couple of moments. Just close your eyes. I'm asking Spirit to come forth to help us with the information that we need to receive today. I am shielding us with the gold protection light of the divine, asking that that light encircle us, enfold us with love, and that all lower energies be prevented from entering into the truthful and loving intent of this reading. So feel free to keep your eyes closed as I pull the card today, or to just meditate on what you're feeling. I'm just doing this now to try to bring a sense of peace and calm to anybody who may also be experiencing an energy that is not comfortable with them. So today I decided to read from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. Um, and we are going to ask the question again, what do we need to do? What do we need to know, rather, about the energy that we are experiencing? And this question is not necessarily what is it we're experiencing, what is the energy, like where is it coming from? It is the question of what do I need to know about either how I'm contributing to it or something that I could do to help mitigate it. Okay, so here we go, shuffling the cards. Okay. Okay. This card is bearing fruit in the protection, the reverse position. Bearing fruit. So, and that is number 12 in the energy of the 7 oracles. Bearing fruit. Birthing the results of hard work, an idea or consistent thought manifesting into forms. The relationship between the external world and the internal world of feelings and beliefs. Now, with this card, it is read actually only upright. So, even though we had it this way in reverse when I pulled it, it's still supposed to be read this way. So, here we go. Let's see how bearing fruit pertains to the energy we may be feeling right now. If your life were a tree, what fruit would it bear? Envision the results of the efforts you put into achieving your dreams and desires in partnership with the divine. Can you see the way you think, feel, and believe reflected in the material world? There is always a correlation between what you see, what you expect to see, what you intend consciously, and what you project unconsciously. Everything is intrinsically connected. Magic flows through you from the unseen world into the world you perceive, moving from the realm of non ordinary reality to ordinary reality. You birth ideas and thoughts into form and bring your most cherished desires to fruition. Not all ideas will bear sweet fruit. Sometimes you will reap a sour and bitter harvest based on your sense of your personal narrative and your assumptions about others. You are in a powerful and fertile season of your life when you're particularly good at making things happen with very little effort. Pay close attention to what you're manifesting now. From your career to your personal relationship, your influence is strong at this time. If you don't like what your life is yielding, prune the proverbial tree and get into alignment with what generally lights you up. Remember, you birth into the world that which you pay most attention to and consistently hold within as your truth. Be clear about what you intend. Can you make this commitment? Wow. So, just to go back to what I was saying before about how the energy of the collective impacts us, even if, we're not necessarily out there interacting with everybody all the time, maybe. But the connections that we do have, family, friends, work associates, all of that, society, information we're being fed through the news, any form of social media that we're intaking. These are all energy connections that we are making with people. And this card, bearing fruit, reinforces when it says everything is intrinsically connected. So if everything is intrinsically connected, If there's a lot of negativity or concern or feeling of not doing one's best, they call that like a consciousness of lack. If there's any of that out there in certain forms, sometimes that energy may be being carried more than others. And based on what I personally am feeling, and I would love to hear what you are feeling, I would I I am going to take a guess here that a lot of you may be feeling um, a little bit the same as I am, and just feeling that things don't feel quite right, that something is off. And we know what's going out in the world. Um, there's a lot, but it's not just one particular situation. It's many, many situations. And as humanity, we have been through quite a bit over the last couple of years. And what I am sensing is that this is really starting to build up with people. And that people, even those who are trying to move forward in a positive way, that they too are experiencing um, some setbacks, some drawbacks. And they're saying to themselves, what is going on? I've been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I've been eating healthy. I've been exercising. I've been out there just, focusing on how to take care of myself and nurturing my spirit and nurturing my mental health and uh, being kinder to people, but things just don't feel right. And so there's a sense of defeat, a heaviness that a lot of people are carrying around with them. It's a metaphorical heaviness, right? There is almost a sense of grief, a lingering grief, and it's because certain things in society have been lost or broken down, and people don't understand this. But in order for things to be lifted back up, changes need to come. And it was one of the cards we drew over the last few days that talked about patterns. And if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, that you're going to get the same thing. So, in order for us as a humanity to bear fruit, we need to begin to make some changes and look at the things in our life that are not working. And yes, it will be difficult to let go of some things because this is the way we have been trained, right? We have been taught, socialized in such a way since we were very, very little children that it is a habit, um, it's just something that has become a part of us. And in order to change that, we need to change our thinking, right? So, in order for us to begin to bear fruit, we need to change our thinking. Remember, I'll repeat here what it says. Remember, you birth into the world that which you pay most attention to and consistently hold within as your truth. Be clear about what you intend. Can you make this commitment? So, what do you intend when you wake up every day? What are your intentions? Are your intentions the same as they've been always? Even things that aren't working for you, are you just not willing to take the time to change? If that is the case, then Spirit is calling on you to really begin to look at that. Because we all have the infinite potential to grow. And we are guided by Spirit every step of the way. But our intentions are what set the tone for change, for transformation, for growth, for that something new. So, right now, we must change the way that we are looking at the world. instead of looking at it as a um, completely violent um, society that we're living in. um, let's change that narrative, right? If we are looking at the world as just power hungry, that's bringing us down. Even if it's a truth, let's change that narrative. Let's start to change how we think about those things. How do we feel about violence? How do we feel about power? And it's not just the feeling, it's what can we do to shift our thinking and shift our energy in a way to create the change that we desire. This is very complex. I have a lot of information flowing to me right now through spirit. It's not an easy thing to grasp in a few minutes, but they're saying to me that the change starts here, it starts now. You can't just complain or keep throwing negativity into the world. What are you doing today that's positive? What are you bringing that's positive? The more negativity we keep throwing in, the more criticism, the more hate, the more worry, the more lack. That's what we're going to get more of. Let's start throwing in the love, the kindness, the faith that will be carried through this. Think about that for a minute. The faith that we will be carried through this. Not knowing what that looks like, not having the answers for everything, but trusting that what is happening to help transform you, to help awaken you, to enlighten you, to who you are. Now, this process takes time, but you are here. And if you're listening to this, you're on that journey. You are in it. You are trying to understand it. And in trying to understand it, you are here to try to change the narrative of it. I know this is a lot to hear. It's a lot for me to hear. It's a lot for me to absorb. But you have my word that as we move forward as a community, that I will be focusing on how we can together begin to change the narrative of humanity as it stands right now. So, with much love, we're going to take a deep breath and say to ourselves, we are okay. We are going to be okay. We are strong. We are love. And with love, we shall overcome. With faith, we shall overcome. With compassion, we shall overcome. I love you.